welcome back into another episode of Lynx Unleashed, the official podcast of the Minnesota Lynx. We're here with Miss Phenomenal MVP, Napheesa Collier. Fee, thank you for hopping on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Collier, 3 on the shot clock, gets it off and in. A beautiful spin move.
It's all Napheesa Collier here at Target Center.
First thing first, Fee, I want to take you back to your childhood and your early days of playing basketball and just your early days of life. Walk us through, what was that like? How did you grow up and how did you get into basketball?
I grew up in Jefferson City, Missouri. It's a small town. My family is a sports family, so I played sports from the time I could walk. I played soccer, softball, I ran track, I played volleyball, and then eventually landed on basketball.
A lot of winning, a lot of championship aspirations, it seems like, in your early life. Was there anything outside of basketball that you also really enjoyed a lot doing as a kid?
Everything.
Everything.
I loved playing sports so much that really when I was off the court or the field or whatever it was, I didn't want to be involved in sports at all. So I was hanging with my friends, going to the movies, going skating. I love reading.
I've never been to Missouri. What's Missouri like? How is it like living there?
It depends on which part you go to. It can get real country. My mom grew up on a dairy farm in Missouri. So you have that. St. Louis is more urban, it's the city. There's more to do there, but overall, it's not like a super poppin' place, but it's home, so I love it.
Now, take me back to your WNBA debut.
Yeah, so I'd really struggled in preseason. We had 2 preseason games, and I think I maybe had 4 points between the 2 games. I don't know. I think it was just, a whole new environment. Everything was happening so fast. I'd gone from the Final Four to the draft to Minnesota in a week and a half, 2-week span. And then right away, training camp is 2 weeks. We have a month and a half of preseason in college. And so everything was happening so fast. And I think that was just my adjustment period. And then unfortunately, one of my teammates, Christmas Kelly, got injured. So I became a starter for that game. And I just kind of knew, I need to leave everything that's happened so far behind. I know I'm a good player. I need to go out and do it. Stop thinking so much. I came out and scored 27, and I feel like I didn't look back since then.
Just a lot of confidence in practice, and she feels comfortable with Coach Lee. And there's Collier again. How about that rookie, Leah? She doesn't look like this is her first WNBA game. Impressed with the rookie coming into her first game in the WNBA and being aggressive.
People don't understand how hard that transition is from college to the W because you don't have that much time, as you mentioned, in training camp and preseason. It's different. How was that adjustment like for you?
Yeah, it was hard. You're coming on a team where you go from the top of the totem pole to you're a senior after 4 grueling years, and then you're at the bottom again, and you're playing with amazing players. My vets were Sylvia Fowles and Simone Augustus, and just trying to adjust to the physicality and how people play in the W, how smart they are. All in, like I said, really a week time because our first game is after a week. Our first preseason game is after a week. So it's fast moving, it's fast paced, and you have to learn and adjust on the fly.
You've been with Cheryl now for a long time, your entire career, only coach that you've had. What has it been like with Cheryl? Do you have a most memorable story or moment that you can share with us with Cheryl?
I don't know. I think a really memorable one for me was in the bubble. It was such a unique experience. We could barely practice because kind of like this season, games were every other day. It was so condensed. And I don't know if it was her birthday or we were doing a TikTok challenge, I think, and she was dancing, doing some kind of version of the stanky leg, and it was just hilarious. And it was kind of the first time I saw her really let loose. It was only my second year and be silly. And I remember how fun that was, how fun she is to talk to and how it's really cool that we get business done on the court, but she's so fun to talk to off the court as well and really gets to know you and can let loose and be silly like that.
Talk to me about this year's Lynx team, Fee. You guys are obviously off to an incredible start, continuing to get more recognition as time goes on. What have been some of your early impressions so far of this roster? I know a lot of new additions.
It's been really exciting. I think the most promising thing is our defense. I knew right away, the energy felt so different in training camp. It's the most energized, highest energy that I've felt since I've been at a Lynx. Just every day, the willingness to get better, the enjoyment of the game, the cheerfulness that was brought to the facility every day was so different than we've had before. And then just from day one, I think day one of training camp, we started with defense because Cheryl,
that's how Cheryl is.
yeah, it was one of our weaknesses, and it's something the Lynx have always prided themselves on, and we weren't doing that last year. So she wanted to start from the very beginning with defense, and I think it showed.
And that double overtime game that you guys won against Seattle, that one was
man.
that was a grueling home opener.
Yeah, we had overtime, then double overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Back and forth, and to open up the season against Seattle twice too. It doesn't happen too often where you see the same team twice, but you're able to get 2 wins there and allowed you to set the tempo.
Seattle. Now here's Williams hanging in the air. Offensive board. Alana Smith. 3-ball. Collier is good. What a sequence by Minnesota.
Been in some close games, but I can sense that the chemistry is there, on and off the court for you guys. It just seems like there's a tight bond, which is certainly, I'm sure, has to be special for you.
Yeah, it has. We have a lot of new people this year. We got some great free agency picks, and I think it was good because they have kind of played together on different teams, so it's not like everyone was brand new. So we have groups of people who have played together, and we're all bringing them together. So I think that helped a lot. And then just their personalities too. We're so for the team, not for what I can do, what my stats are, but how can I help the team win? And that's been really fun to be a part of. Just every night, it's like someone new. And in Vegas, it was everybody. So when you have teams like that, and it's impossible to guard when you have the whole starting five with it was over 15 points, over 5 rebounds, over whatever. That's impossible to guard when every single person is a threat like that. So it's been so fun.
And talk to me about K-Mac, because I know K-Mac's having herself quite a season right now.
Yeah.
She's hitting 3 after 3. What is it like playing with K-Mac? What's your relationship with her like on and off the court?
It's so fun. I feel like we've really formed a pretty tight bond, especially on the court. I think we just kind of get each other. We play really well together, and I love our 2-man game. She's actually my favorite person to play 2-man with, just because I think we've played together for so long. We know what each other's going to do. Even from just a look, I know what she's about to do if she looks at me this way. So that's been really fun, and it's so cool to see she's having an amazing year. It's fun to see that, just the joy that she's playing with, and obviously it helps our team so much. She's shooting 50% from 3, which is wild. And she's just killing it. I think she's already had 2 30-point games, right?
Yeah, 2 30-plus point games. Yep.
Yeah, so it's so fun, and when you have a shooter like that, it spreads the floor. It helps everybody because you cannot leave her. If you leave her any space, she's going to shoot it, and it's a 50% chance it's going in. So that's really high. So it's been so cool to be a part of, and she's getting on her spicy Mac era too, so that's fun.
It's fun for sure. What do you see the ceiling for this Lynx team being this year?
I think we can go all the way. Honestly, I think we could go all the way. I think you see what we're capable of, and our defense is just so good. And I think that's why we have a chance at that, because we have great offensive players. There's no doubt. But even if something were to happen and we had an off night, we can still make sure they score less than us with our defense.
You got a chance for sure from what I'm seeing. And then every night too, it seems like someone off the bench is providing some sort of juice, whether it's Ollie, Chechi, Dorica, the list goes on and on with the depth that you guys have. So certainly, I think this roster's built to win for sure. And I know obviously big news coming out recently, a couple headlines for you recently, one with your new Unrivaled league with Brianna Stewart. Just talk to Lynx fans about the league itself, the creation, the story behind the creation, and the format of it as well.
Yeah, it's called Unrivaled. It's going to be based in Miami coming January 2025. And it's going to be 3-on-3, but it'll be full court. It's about 2/3 the size of a regular court, but you still have that up and down game. Our premise is the 30 best players in the world, so top of the top talent. You get to see them showcase it every night.
That sounds fun. Miami's a good city to have it. Did you want it to be in Miami the entire time? Was that a goal or?
So we looked at a couple different places, and ultimately it just came down to location. Miami's obviously cool, where we could get the space, because we wanted to build it out all of ourselves to make it the best product available.
Awesome. It sounds like obviously a great location. I can't wait to see the league. What do you think let me phrase it like this. What do you think, why do you think people should tune into this? What do you think this league ultimately will be able to do for the growth of women's basketball and women's sports as a whole?
I think you're going to see the best athletes in the world going against each other and showcasing their talent. Because it's 3-on-3, but still full court, you taking those extra 2 people off the team, you get to really spread the floor and see people's skills. So if you're a fan of basketball, even a casual fan, every clip will be highlightable. every possession will be like that because it's spread out and you have these amazing players going in.
Love that. Diving into multiple avenues. Did you grow up playing a lot of like 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 in the blacktop growing up?
I wasn't on the blacktop at all, really, to be honest. I did play 3-on-3 for USA, and I loved it. But this is totally different. That was half court, which I think 3-on-3 half court USA style is just totally different sport than 5-on-5. It's just totally different, and it's really fun. But what we're doing has never been done before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Very unique. I love it. And let's talk about you being named to the Olympic roster as well, 2024 in Paris. I mean, just would love to know your reaction to finding out that you were going to be on the team, and what do you feel like you're going to be able to accomplish this year in Paris with USA?
I was really excited. I don't know if you saw the video, but they surprised us.
Yeah.
You were there, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheryl tricked me. I thought we were meeting. But it was obviously so exciting. Like, such an honor anytime you get named to any USA team, but the Olympic team, where you get to go and represent your country at such an event where, like, it's something you watch growing up. Like, one of my first memories is watching the Olympics with my parents, like laying in bed with them. And so to be there, and this is my second time, I hope to have a bigger role too. It's not COVID lockdown, so I hope it's like more for I get to see some other sports. I'm really excited for the experience and to bring home number 8 for us.
The roster's loaded too. I mean, tons of talent. And you're the third youngest player on that roster too. So how excited are you to be able to play alongside some of the best in the WNBA?
Very excited, very excited. It's so special when we get together because the amount of talent obviously is off the charts, but also the mental basketball IQ is so high. I mean, Diana's 42 years old. Like, the reason she's been able to play is because she's so smart, and it's really cool to kind of pick her brain and see how she sees the game and how she's coaching us. She's like another coach on the court. So to be a part of that and to learn from them, and I just try to be a sponge. Like, I try to see what the best athletes in the world are doing, and you try to mimic that.
Well, do you feel like right now, where do you feel like you are in your WNBA career? I know you're continuing to climb up the ladders, top 5 in MVP voting last season. Do you feel like, an MVP, is potentially, in the near future of your career?
I do feel like it's in the future for me, possibly this year, What I'm focused on the most is winning. Like I said, I think we have a real chance of winning, and everything will fall after that. But yeah, that's definitely a personal goal of mine. I think it's in me. I think I have the potential to do that. I want it. I want it enough to do that. I'll work hard enough to do it. So, if I'm lucky enough to be the MVP of the league, it'll be a huge personal accomplishment. But hopefully it comes after a finals win.
Yeah, exactly. What do you feel like is the most underrated aspect or skill that this Lynx roster has?
Well, first of all, I just don't even understand why we were 9. If you look at who we got in free agency, who we already had on the team, I just didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
Shame on them. When we're locked in on defense, it is so hard to play against us. And it's so fun, too. I love that feeling of getting a stop. And even when we were playing in the Vegas game, that's what I said. I'm like, even if this is a low-scoring game, even if we suck on offense tonight, I want to shut them down on defense.
Hit triple digits in that Vegas game too, eventually. So Sika helping us out. 5 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
How have you enjoyed living in Minneapolis here in Minnesota now the past couple of years? What have been some of your favorite things to do here?
I love it. I think the city is so fun and so beautiful too.
Yeah.
I really like it. I haven't been here for a winter, but the summers
I don't blame
awesome.
you. Yeah. And obviously, you're a very talented basketball player, but a big part of your story is that you're a mom as well, right? To Mila, and it's remarkable of the story that you had to leave and with your pregnancy, and then you came back, and now here you are being in the MVP, chasing a very realistic chance of being named the MVP at some point. But just talk about your journey there, and what has a mom been able to teach you? How have you been able to grow through that experience?
Yeah, it's been the most wild experience, honestly. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, she's been the best thing to ever happen to me. She's so fun to see her grow every day. I can't believe it's been 2 years already. She's so smart. Everyone says that about their kid, but she really is smart.
She's a genius.
She's a genius.
Has she taken an interest in basketball? Is she aware of how good her mom is at the sport?
When she sees the WNBA logo, she says "Mama." So she thinks she does associate me with basketball. Even when we watch, she says "Basketball, Mama." So no, I'm right here. It's not me.
That's awesome. Do you have like a favorite activity or like a go-to activity that you do with her?
I mean, she's a toddler, so anything she's not supposed to have, she loves.
Yeah.
She loves remotes. She loves the lamp. So just, I don't know, it's just really fun to play with her. She moves on from things after 2 seconds, but it's like cool to see her like train of thought and her processing and what she likes to do.
That's incredible. And Fee, I want to obviously this Minnesota Lynx franchise is one of the most storied franchises, if not the most storied franchise in WNBA history. So many great players, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles. How much do you take pride in being the face of this franchise and being able to hopefully be the next leader to be able to lead them to another championship?
It's a huge honor. I mean, if you look at the people that came before me and laid that groundwork, just Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer, the best to ever do it. Like, Syl is one of the best centers ever, So, I mean, I take it really seriously, and like I said, it's such an honor. And to be coached by BB and Katie and Cheryl, people who have lived through that era, they know what it takes to get there again, and the fact that they see that in me means a lot.
What else are you trying to hope to accomplish in your career? Is it championships?
Definitely championships. Like, that's number one. I want to win. A couple MVPs would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe some finals and MVPs. A couple all-star MVPs.
Just the list goes on and on with everything.
There's always something new to do.
Yeah. Where else do you see the growth of women's basketball going in the near future, specifically here in the WNBA?
I think you start to see a casual fan more. We have such diehard fans in the W, and they're amazing. Like, they have supported us for this long. But I think the difference between our side and the men's side is the casual fan. So yeah, I think you're just going to continue. We have a TV deal, new one coming up. Hopefully we get more visibility to see it grow from there.
Do you pay attention to media, social media, that sort of thing? How much are you really looking at that?
I mean, I'm on social media every day, but it is exhausting. Like, honestly, they're just having the same fights over and over again, so I turn it off pretty quickly. And again, you're having more of a casual fan, which is good for the game, but also it's frustrating because they have no idea what is going on.
Right. What's something about the WNBA that you feel like those casual fans should know, or maybe they just don't understand right now that they really should be?
How many good players there are. Just tune into more games. You'll see, like, who was it? Oh, this guy. He went to, I think it was like Fever versus New York. They're like, wow, Breanna Stewart is really good. Duh.
She has been good.
Yeah. She's multiple-time MVP.
Yeah. What have you enjoyed most playing for the Lynx?
I think just like how engaged the fans are. They show up for all the games. They're loud, attentive. They're like, we always say they're a six man, out there on the court. So it's really fun to have such a supportive fan base where every night they know that it's going to be hard to play here because our fans are awesome and they're aggressively on our side.
And the dance is getting better post game, you feel like, for the team? How do you guys practice that? How is that
Well, we had to actually practice it in preseason because it's the electric slide, and we have a lot of young people on our team and they didn't know what it was. It's like, what? So we did actually have a practice session. But I think we're pretty in sync now. I think we've tightened it up.
Yeah, Court seems to be the one that really knows how to do it.
She's definitely got the most flavor out of all of us.
Yeah. All right, and last thing for you, Fee, I mean, just how much have you embraced and thought about, the impact that you're making on younger girls? How much do you take pride in that and being able to inspire, the next generation of basketball players?
A lot. I really love being involved with kids, especially young girls. I think it's just such a staple, even if you don't play, to go on to become a professional athlete. Obviously that percentage is really small. It has such a lasting impact on your life.
I love it. All right, Fee, we're going to end this with some rapid fire. Are you up for it?
I love rapid fire.
All right, let's do it. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Read minds.
What's one food you can't live without?
Pizza.
If you had
pasta. Sorry.
Pasta, okay. If you had to compete in a talent show, what would be your talent?
Oh, God. Tap dancing.
Tap dancing? Did you tap dance when you were younger?
In high school.
In high school. What's your biggest pet peeve?
People chewing loudly.
What was your favorite TV show growing up as a kid?
Vampire Diaries.
Do you have a favorite quote?
From Vampire Diaries?
No, just in general.
No.
Or a motto you live by, nothing like that.
I feel like I can't even say it. Hakuna Matata is a good one.
Okay. Oh, cool.
No worries.
Cool.
I like that.
What's your favorite restaurant here in Minnesota?
Oh gosh, I always get flamed for this, but I really love Crave, even though it's a chain.
Yeah, love it. And last thing, just what's one fun fact that a lot of people don't know about you?
Fun fact, I bought a piano during COVID because I really wanted to learn. I didn't, but I did learn how to play the Still Dre intro.
Oh yeah. Okay, sick. Love it. All right, Fee. Well, we appreciate you for coming on. Obviously, you have had a terrific career in the W. You've been such a great addition, obviously, to the Lynx franchise, and I just can't wait to see what you continue to do in the rest of your career.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Fee.